All
Sounds
right,
great.
so much for a first go live. We're apparently not going live. We're live and then we'll upload this later. But
I feel really live right now.
yes. Today we're here just to talk about who is Wildebeest Publishing, who are we, what we do, and then we're starting these lives just to kind of be here on Fridays to be accessible to you all and answer any questions that people have. So today, Jess, let's start off with us. Who are we? Who are you?
I'm Jess. I'm the CFO and chief editor, or editor-in-chief rather, of Wildebeest. I have a background in HR and finance and have done creative writing throughout my life for business and pleasure. Big traveler, big explorer, always interested in trying new things. So my lovely partner here presented me with this opportunity, and here we are. So who are you anyways, Laura?
I am Laura Thorne, and I have been publishing books myself for a couple of years. I started Wildebeest actually about 4 years ago, maybe more. Just published my own books, but I knew that I had all of the background in photography, design, websites, writing to help other people publish their own books. I really love helping people to be able to get their stories in the world and to really be working with an audience who might not really get the chance to. A lot of people that we work with are people who just don't have the ability, the know-how, or the time to get it done. So anyone can self-publish. That is a fact and something that people like to tell us all the time. We are well aware of that, but a lot of people self-publish and there's a lot of mistakes that can be made. There is a lot to the entire process that you may not know. And we're here to help people get through those and make sure that they get it done right and well. And then we also have our community. So Jess, you want to talk about our community a little bit? So we're not just here to publish books and make money. We're here really to help people change their lives through writing.
Just kind of making a fun and safe space for writers and other creatives to come and share their ideas and bring it in and kind of bounce things off of each other and just really help each other succeed.
We have a quarterly marketing meeting where people and published authors who don't have support, so maybe you self-published or you published with someone else but you're not getting marketing and sales support from them, are welcome to join. We have a drop-in fee, just very similar to like a yoga class. We go through our goals and hold people accountable to, okay, this is what you're trying to accomplish. Every author has a different goal. It's not always about making sales. A lot of the people we work with are looking to just have an impact. And of course, the reality is that that's directly related to sales in most cases. But at the same time, the way that you approach your marketing will be different. So we don't try to feed anyone a blueprint or say, here's the 6 steps you need to take to be a bestseller. Quite frankly, that doesn't really work in most cases. So we are here to listen to you and to come together as a group and share ideas and say, this worked for me or this didn't work for me. When we bring our authors on, is help them set up their websites, their author presence, and really consider, how are you now poising yourself as an author of this book, and not just like, I am a person who's selling a book. I am the author of this book and the contents. Jess, maybe you could talk a little bit about some of the changes and improvements we've made to the materials that people have submitted to us, including their bios.
It's always hard to sell yourself, and your friends can sing your praises and everything, or your loved ones, and it's difficult. So we've had a lot of people that maybe just didn't recognize some of the strengths that they've had. So we wanted to bring them more to the forefront of what they were doing. Your friend might not tell you that hat looks silly on you, but when you get in with us, we'll give you constructive feedback and we'll just kind of hopefully guide you back. We've helped people kind of restructure their stories to make them more cohesive. A lot of people don't even realize all the wonderful things that they've done, and that these are marketable traits and whatnot that you can include in your bios, that you can include in your story. Or it is okay if you're writing a memoir or something semi-autobiographical to put more of you in there. People want that. They don't want the watered down kind of version of everything. They want the story that's in there, that why are you doing this or what happened, especially with some of these historical ones we've been getting lately, right? That's a time past that we don't know much about anymore. It needs to be recorded.
We've been working with people through imposter syndrome and working with other people, a writer's block that is sometimes tied to imposter syndrome. Somebody may just need us to hold them accountable and say, hey, what did you write the last 2 weeks, and give it to us to take a look at and walk them through the next chapter, whatever. Or it might be somebody has an idea for their book and they don't know how to get it out of their head and onto paper, or even know, like, I have an idea what I want to do, but I don't know what this looks like on paper. These are things that a lot of people don't even consider, and we'll help you make sure that you're doing all of those things. And So just starting there, we have consulting, and then up from there, just editing. And then once you get to the publishing phase, we can either help you publish and market your book, in which we would go into a partnership where we share royalties, or we could just help you self-publish behind the scenes. You keep all your royalties, and all we do is help you get past those design and technical hurdles that you might not be able to get through yourself. We're just here to meet people wherever they're at and get them to the finish line and get those stories out into the world.
We go back a few decades. So it's funny to say we went in middle school in Dunedin, Florida, and have been getting into fun antics and nonsense ever since. Laura and I kind of blazed our own trail, I would say, in high school, and sort of just did what we found interesting. And that led us to almost creating instructional videos for YouTube. We thought it would be really fun to do how-to videos on VHS tapes for different people.
It's a long distance from that pyramid scam we got ourselves into that one time.
Listen, I will say though, that scar gel was awesome and my leg healed very well. So not a total bust.
Hey, and that was before its time too, because that was all about sustainability and climate change. And we were on that bus a long time ago.
Organic products.
Right.
It was a very expensive bus ride, but hey, it was a fun bus.
This business is several decades in the making, and we are really excited about some of the stuff we have going on, especially, we do care about the environment. That's one of the reasons why we focus on print on demand. Not only does it save you from having to shell out a lot of money for books that you may not ever sell, it also is the right thing to do right now with the planet, and also keeps the cost down. It's like, good gosh, why would I want to pay for a stack of books that might not sell and also pay more for them? The other thing that we do is have a first-time authors fund. Our monies for that mostly come from the book club. So we have a high impact challenge reading book club where we meet once a month and we're talking about leadership and personal growth books and things like that. And we've been doing that for almost 4 years now. We have a real nice group of people. It's free to join. There are membership levels. Those dues go into the First Time Authors Fund, which we then use to help get young authors who might not otherwise have access to programs like this to tell their stories and get them published. Literacy programs to help young kids ages 7 to 17 to publish their stories and learn to understand what it means to write a story and have it published, which then can help get them into reading. And we're on our second book. You want to talk about Rio Guides a little bit?
Yeah, it's the first version was stories told during the COVID pandemic. It was really interesting what comes out in these children's writings. Kind of, if you read beyond the story into what they're really saying, they're beautiful. We've got a second one that they're working on right now that should be coming out this summer.
Have submitted all their artwork for the second one. They're feverishly trying to finish up. So their kids are learning about the publishing process. It's not like writing a story and you have all the time in the world. They have a deadline. And so if they want their story to be included in the collection of stories in the book, then they need to get the story finished. Vanessa Johnson is an amazing storyteller. She's a griot guide, which means she's an African storyteller. She has been working with kids and students and taking kids on trips to Africa for decades. She's just amazing. She does theater and she performs these things. She has a band. She's just Vanessa Johnson, storyteller.com. She's amazing. But this is the second round with these kids, and this is twice as many kids this time. And this time we're going to have a dedicated signing. So at the end of the last book, the book was published. We brought the books to a book signing. The parents were all there. And it was part of a larger summer program that ended. But this year we're doing the book signing all on its own. The parents come, family comes, they order books, they get the books signed from the kids, and it's kind of a really cool thing. And so that's a program that we can deliver anywhere. So if you have a Girl Scout troop or a library group or some other kids that would be interested over the semester of a school year, if you've got a classroom of kids that would want to do this and to pair artwork with a story and then put it in a book, it's such a cool way to get them interested in writing. I guess we're just going to spew everything on this one, and then on future ones we'll do FAQs and focus on topics. But this is all about us. So we want to tell you everything that we're doing. Jess, you're on deck to do the next book craft.
Yes, at Dunedin Public Library in a couple of weeks on April 19th, we're doing another Laura had done something at the Maker Fair up in Syracuse. Laura's in Syracuse. I'm in Clearwater area now currently. So we've got a book craft party coming for kids ages 7 to 17 again. And We'll be showing them a little bit about the publishing process, letting them make their own book, write their own story. We'll have all the necessary elements for the book, like the copyright page, teach them about ISBN numbers, some bookbinding situations, and then show them the elements of a story, how to write a quick story, put a book together, do their cover art, and just simple and fun way to understand how a book is made.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The Makers Fair was the first time that we did this. And again, it's another way that we just want to introduce people of all ages to the publishing process in a fun, kind of creative way. And so the Makers Fair is a international organization. They have them all over the country, and I think they're popping up. They're getting very popular with all the cosplay and everything else that's going on, and rockets and science and stuff. If you have one in your area, it's a great event. But we did the books, and a couple people commented like, oh, they were just glad we were there because there weren't too many activities for the smaller kids. I had a group of teenagers that were just awesome because they were old enough to actually talk about the publishing process. Kept saying like, this is so fun. That is also something we can take to libraries and schools and art classes and things like that. We are also putting the instructions and stuff up on the website. So within a week or two, you'll be able to jump on the website and see pictures and, do it at home with your own kids if you want to.
Yeah, we need more kind of analog crafts and things to do rather than just looking at screens all the time. I know myself, I've been getting a little too guilty of staring at the screen. So if I can get my hands on some crayons and some cardboard and stuff and start making some projects, be a lot of fun.
Right. The Improbability Award is ending today. We will open this up again at some point. We don't really have like a set schedule for this particular one. We're going to just open it up as we have the funds and the time to do it. So stay tuned for next week. We'll make an announcement over who we picked, and we'll talk about that. Anything else someone would need to know about us? I think we've talked about a lot of things. The one thing we didn't talk about was our launch series.
Oh, animals.
So we love the environment. We love animals too, if you can't tell.
Yeah. So we kind of like to think about which animal we embody or which animal is kind of, rolling around with us. And today Laura had asked me what animal I felt like I was. And I said I was feeling a little bit like a T-Rex today. I went and walked the beach this morning and was kind of stomping around in the ocean. She just happened to have her Jurassic Falls shirt on. So yeah, we have the animal spirit journal series, which maybe you can dive into a little bit better and talk about your animal and talk about the books.
So I think today it's Friday. I'm feeling, so there's always a little bit of underlying cat for me. Like it's always, there's no time is the wrong time for a nap. But I think today I have a lot to do this weekend. Easter's coming up. So I think I'm going to hop around like a bunny. I think I'm just going to embrace bunny this weekend.
Embrace the bunny.
And be a cheery little bunny. So when we launched Wildebeest last year, we wanted to have, something to market, something to announce, put out there. So we partnered with some really talented, I wouldn't say wildlife artists, but artists who do frequently draw and paint animals. And we have some beautiful journals called My Animal Spirit. And they're all about using the journal as a way to talk about, write your way through any challenge, but considering how channeling an animal's strengths would help you through. So if you're feeling blue and you need to pull in a dolphin to drag you out of the depths of the water, whatever you need, something like that. Of course, we don't have a dolphin one. So if there's a dolphin artist out there who wants to make a dolphin cover, we are also looking to expand the series. We have an artist affiliate page. If you make art that has something to do with books, so book covers, bookmarks, what else do we have on there, Jess? I think
bindings. I mean, we're looking for illustrators always, anything like that, please. Got a lot of resources.
We've got kind of like two resource pages. One is artists who do book related art. And then the other one is our list of illustrators that we know that they're real humans and that they're going to charge you a fair cost and that they're really good, instead of you having to search the internet for someone who you just don't have a reference for. For our first year or two in business, we are doing some really cool stuff and we have a lot of stuff going on. The whole point of us being here is because we also want to pull in people who relate to us. If you watch this video and you're like, oh, these girls are cool, I'd like to work with them, awesome. If you watch our videos and you're like, these girls are stupid, I don't like them, go somewhere else.
Well, I mean, we're like super nice. So, just
No,
let's keep it nice.
we're real people and
Yeah,
we're real
yeah, we're real
approachable.
people.
We're here to be real with you. Brooke, one of our clients, she's like, I just trust that you're going to help me tell me what I need to hear and not, sugarcoat things. And we're not here to do that. That's what gets
Exactly.
self-publishers into trouble to begin with, like just talked about earlier. If you had a couple of friends review your book and they all think it's great, you need to ask some strangers. You really do.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm sure everybody remembers from their college days or their school days or whatever, where you've read your papers so many times, you're not even seeing what it says anymore. Someone with a fresh set of eyes look at it, take a step away for a week and then look back at it again, because you just a fresh set of eyes, whether it's you a month later or someone that will tell you that hat doesn't look good on you, that reads it
Exactly.
and is like, hey.
What did I hear? I heard yesterday somebody else said this, like, you need someone who's going to tell you your baby's ugly.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, I mean, all babies are kind of weird when they're born. They're beautiful, but they're
Right.
babies.
So anyway, yeah, that's us. That's what we do. And we would love to hear from you. We also, but we're going to be here every week, whether, yammering on about something. So if you have questions, hopefully we'll go live. This live didn't work out, but if you have questions, you can send them to us. We'll answer them. We do have an FAQ on the website, so there may be some answers to your questions there, but we are happy to help you through whatever you need to get your book out into the world, your story out into the world. And I guess with that, this is Wildebeest Publishing signing off.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. We'll come up with some kind of clever.
Right.
If
we can have a contest. Somebody send us a sign off, please.
Instead of just bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.